Hello, Bill Caskey here with Q&A. We take these, if you haven't heard us before or watched this, we take questions from our audience, people who ask us questions. We have podcasts and blogs. We have teleseminars that we get feedback from the world on questions that bother you in sales, things you run up against. We've got over 100, like probably 150 questions that we have. So what we're doing is taking one a week and kind of answering it here. Today's question comes from the place of, how do I sell against a competitor when I'm more expensive? And most of the people we work with in our consulting practice, we train sales teams all over the world, mainly in business-to-business sales scenarios, not business-to-consumer. Most of the times people bring us in and they are the premium product, or they're not the low bid. You don't necessarily need to train a staff when you're selling low bid. If you do it right, you can do a little bit of that through marketing. But in most of our cases, people ask us to come in and help with selling against a higher competitor. So it's a very common question. A couple things. We went out and commissioned an artist to draw this picture. And this picture is a picture of you. Joe, you want to zoom in here a little bit. I know this may not look like you. You may not have black hair. Your head may not be this round. But the point of this is that in your mind, these are question marks, in your mind, your attitude about your price is more important first than the customer's attitude. So we call it the inner game. We call it the thinking game. What's inside your brain? If you were a prospect, would you spend more on your product than you would on a cheaper product? How do you think you bring value greater than the competition? So you're always saying, well, I want to outcompete with somebody who's cheaper, but do you really believe that if they buy from you, they're going to get more value? And can you translate that? Can you translate value to money, to economics? Do they pay any price at all, not to buy from you? So if you can't come up with a price that they pay not to buy from you, then maybe they should not buy from you. And if you can't come up with that, how in the world are you going to communicate that to your prospect? So some things I want you to work on here is on yourself. Do you have the attitude that I'm worth 10%, 20%, 50% more? If you don't, here's what's going to happen. There's going to be you at $50,000 and someone else, competitor, at $45,000. Prospect's going to say, you know what, I don't see $5,000 difference. And what you're going to do, you're going to discount it down to $46,000, saying, you know what, I can only get to there. They're going to buy it, and it's going to cost you $4,000 of net profit. Now, you as a sales professional might not care about that if you're not paid on it, but someone in your company cares about that 8% discount that takes the profit from $10,000 down to $4,000. That might have been a 40% reduction in the net profit. So this discounting thing is important. What you've got to figure out a way to do is to sell the premium. And the first way you start to work on that is mentally, are you there? Are you there? Would you buy from you if you had to pay 25, 30, 50% more? We have clients all the time who get 30, 50% more for their product, but it takes their attitude being right first. Hope you enjoyed this. Go to caskey1.com/blog. You also can go to Advanced Selling Podcast and all our other websites that will be on the screen in just a mere moment. Enjoyed it. Bye.
Yeah.